Skill Bite here. This video, I'm going to show you how to change this dried out weather stripping and give you some tips that should make the job a little easier for you. Let's get going. Step 1, remove the seal. Hopefully without stripping the screws. Hopefully you could see some of that. Okay, seal is off. Step 2, remove the old one. Yeah, it's probably going to tear up. I suggest some trim tools, that type of thing. They help getting in where the adhesive was, or the old adhesive was. Huh. That's interesting. This was stuffed behind here to help stop wind noise. Yeah, I won't bore you with this, just get it all out. Now once you got the old weather stripping out, then you got to deal with the old adhesive. Start scraping. If you're lucky, you won't have to do too much, but on the passenger side, they had only adhered it on this outside and then on the inside of the two corners, except for where the seal is, and I'll get to that when we get there. On this side, they did all the way around on the outside, except for the seal. But then they also did a lot from like here, pretty much all the way up and down to right here on the inside. So that was a lot trickier to get out. I'm going to show you how I do it when we get there. So scrape it. Also, I'll be using a nylon wire wheel. Try to get that out. And yeah, you will have to resort to this in some places. So where the seal is, there's pieces of the seal and stuff. You just got to get it off. Wait, did I say you have to get it all off? No, you don't have to get it all off. Just try to get the loose bits and the bits that are sticking up a long ways. And on this nylon, it helps get loose stuff, and it's less likely to damage your paint. Get the loose stuff off, and if you have some rust, you might want to deal with it. Yeah. All right, looks like I'm going to want to put a little rust converter on there. Get any loose stuff off. And then a little rust converter on there. All right, just keep going. On mine, they put some adhesive down here on the bottom, not on the side, just on the bottom here. Got it on both sides, so get any of this off that's loose. I wonder if there was seam sealer in here at one point. Anyway, as you can see, it's not all off, but all the loose stuff is gone. Now I'm going to go ahead and treat mine just this surface rust. Next step is going to be to clean it. So get this nice and clean, soapy water, maybe some alcohol and water mix, but get it good and clean, because it has to be clean and dry for the adhesive to stick. All right, it's the next day and I've done this once already. Camera didn't start apparently. I should pay more attention. All right, so the edge here, this flange, is nice and clean and hopefully rust free now. So we're good there. And here is a piece of weather stripping that I cut off from the other side. This is what it should look like on a 79 F-150. And it'll go in like so. We'll be using this 3M black super weather strip and gasket adhesive. This is a contact cement. That means that you need to put it on both surfaces separately, let it get tacky, then press them together. That's how you get the good adhesion. Do not just put it here and then put your weather stripping over it. It may or may not stick. And for maximum adhesion, you got to let them get tacky separate, then press them on. So most people will put it around this outside edge right up until the seal plate, and then they'll put it on top. Both of the doors on mine had it like that. Absolutely go for it, but it is a major pain to do it that way. So what I do when there is a bent piece right here, see I got this little flat piece, run your bead around here, down here, right here. Just keep going. Okay, then you're going to take this, your weather stripping. You see right there? This piece right here, you can run a bead along the length of it. And this is not, let's show it here. So where that bead would be is right here, and that's not touching anything when you let go of it. So that can get tacky. Then you can take and just press it on and it will hold it in place. You don't have to glue weather stripping everywhere. There's no need for that. Now, if, let's say, this does decide to pull away or something, yes, then you can come in, put some weather stripping behind it, re-glue it, you know, and that'll hold it. But just putting it here on the edge, most of the time, that'll work fine. That'll hold it in place, and it'll work great that way. So that's what I plan on doing. Let me make sure I got this nice and clean and dry. Make sure that the piece of weather stripping in here is also clean and dry. Then we'll start putting the weather strip and gasket adhesive on it. Oh, it's something I really need to stress. Tape, even if it's just painter's tape, you can use duct tape if you want, and clean this. Wipe this down so it is clean and dry, because what you may have to do is take tape in order to hold this in place, because this does not like this sealed area. It's always difficult, and you want this to be right here if you can, so that the seal will go right on that edge. You may or may not be able to do it. I've had to do it like here before, and it still works, but it's not as nice. So tape, make sure that is clean underneath the carpet there. Now you can skip the seal piece initially, because that's the hard part, but we're going to try to make this work. The stuff is quite messy, and I wore gloves, those little thin latex or whatever gloves, and they end up just falling apart, so I gave up on those. Doesn't have to be real thick. Easy. I am not very good at putting this on. Ha! Don't really have the patience. Okay, it's on the door. Now let's put it on the weather stripping. Okay, it's right in here. It is awkward. I'm not doing a particularly good job right now. All right, it is tacky. Now, this is never easy. I put the seam about right in here on these trucks. It would be helpful to have a second person, I suppose. Get this. Now, you can use some tape. When you get here at the top, you can use some tape to hold it up in these corners. But you can see it is somewhat sticking already. Right here in the middle is also a good place to put one. You can also start up here, hold it with tape, and then work down. I like the painter's tape because it comes off easy, but doesn't really, it's not that strong, and it doesn't seal. Seal? Tears easy. Okay. So right here, get it in that corner up here, make sure it's pressed in. not sticking as well as I was hoping it would here. It's always a pain right here. And we get back to the beginning. Come on. Cut it. All right, and it's still not. So I got some tape, trying to tape it where it'll hold it that direction. Put it on the weather stripping, then pull it back a little. I may have mentioned that this is easier with two people. As long as you don't get in the way of each other. There's not a lot of room in these doors. Got a mess right here. The seat belt is big time in the way on this side. It was not on the other side. And I'm unhappy with my cut. That was terrible. And I'm going through, press that in, firm pressure. Right here, right here. Not sticking like I was hoping it would. Even with the tape. So we're probably gonna have to take and put some more adhesive on that corner. And on your corners, you often have to do the corners, get back here, in here, and sometimes even on the inside to get them to stay in place. That way it's not pressure pulling directly away from the adhesive. It's on the side and it has a little better grip. All right, now we got the seal plate. Try to get it right here on, ow, right here. Try to grab it so it's holding that properly. It's really hard to push these things in. We're close, we just got to get it forward about a 1/4 inch. It's back. Needs to clear the seat bolt brace. I think, that's what it is. The seat belt on this one, this side, is farther towards the outside of the truck and slightly forward. Get a couple bolts, a couple screws started here. It ain't easy. All right, I got the 3 middle ones in. This one's not starting, and I haven't done this one because it is in a bad spot back here. I don't like it at all. All right, after fighting with it, it's a pain. Okay, we have this pretty good. It's tight in the corner. Look at that. Don't let these things bend. Don't let them bend. When they're in the packaging and stuff, don't let them bend over on themselves. We'll see what happens with that. This I'll have to put some more glue on the outside at least. I'm going to put some more glue on the outside on that one too, adhesive I should say. Seeing it creased there also. Okay, but that's good. My cut was horrible and I got to deal with this. It's in. I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with that at all, but it is what it is for now. And it will work. And we got this. And that door closes. Just gonna pinch in there. Should be fine. If it ever comes loose, like I said, just put some more adhesive in the back. I am gonna go ahead and put some adhesive in all these corners. I might even put just a little bit. I gotta figure out how to fix this so that it's gonna lay flat. If I can get it so that it'll flatten properly, like so, when the door is closed, it'll form that way and it won't be a problem. Yeah, it looks like it will. Actually, I'll show you a trick. I'll show you a trick on this. This is back up where it should be. I'm still gonna put more there in the corner and there in the corner. Actually, here, I'll show you the trick on the other side. There you go. What's all this? What is that on there? Cornstarch. So I put cornstarch. You can put silicone on there if you want, but silicone stays there forever. And if you're gonna paint at some point, that silicone is gonna be on it. It's not gonna want to come off. So I personally don't like the idea of silicone if I can help it. So these are very grippy, right? It doesn't want to slide when they're new. And when you open and shut the doors, especially here at the front, because this comes in like this, so it's actually hitting it like so, I don't want it to stick and twist up. And I will tell you, I learned this from a YouTuber, Mark from Foothills Paint and Fabrication on YouTube. Check out his channel. He does really good work. But it was a buddy of his on the show that he was saying, told him this trick. Take some corn starch, just wipe it on there like so, and that is slick, super slick. Now I can't promise you, I cannot promise you that the mice won't eat it. So, but it makes it really slick without the silicone. So I'll be putting that on that other side once I get those corners glued. Now, since this is a weather stripping one, how's the door? Oh, I should point out, you may have to adjust your strikers. I have a video on that right here. It is not hard, super easy to do. I did because I had mine adjusted for worn out weather stripping. But here's how it sounds when it closes now. Watch this. Yeah, that is fully closed. Does not jiggle, nothing. It's that. Yeah, love it. Weather stripping, just it's adds value just because it does so much for you, and it's so overlooked. So just so you know, all I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna pull this back, put some weather stripping just a little bit in on both surfaces. I'm gonna hold it here for a minute or two, or tape it, and then I will push it in to get it to seal, so it'll actually have good adhesion. Then I'll probably put a piece of tape back on it, or once I got all of them, just shut the door. Although I'll probably have to move the striker because it was obviously out here, and I moved it in because this old stuff was so bad. So there you go. So I hope that was helpful. Maybe you learned a tip or two, or maybe you know of a tip or two and you want to leave that in the comments. Be appreciated. And I hope it was helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, comment, or leave a tip on my Ko-fi page. Link is in the description. And good luck with your project.